Howdy, this is Dr. Stacy Lyle. I'm going to go through today and look at how to read field notes that are handwritten. I know they're very difficult to read, but the issue is that we need to know how to read these because when we're building land GIS systems, we typically have to use handwritten field notes or documents that are historic. It's very common in the industry of doing land records, having to go back and follow these chains of titles and read these original documents. So I believe that it's always best if we give this a try at least once. So let's go down here to the field notes and look what it's saying. It's saying that we are survey 153. We're in block C. Okay, and we're 640 acres. Now what I like to do is, as I go along, is to make little notes and kind of keep it as I'm going so that I can try to draw it better and use my information. So I'm going to make some little notes as we go along here. So first off, we are number 153, and it says that we are 640 acres of property. Now we are beginning at the southwest corner of number 152, so we can read that right here. Now when we look at where is 152, 153, so forth and so on, I have the Texas Railroad Commission. Let me zoom back out here and look at our track that we're 153. 153 is this Munson track right here, and 152 is this track right here. If you have any questions about if that's the track, you can always just click on a well, for example, and then go get the survey plat for that well and look at it. And then from there you might be able to detect, and tell, what you're looking at. And so, for example, in this scenario here, I have a picture of that. Well, here's that 152 track right here. You can see 152. Here's 153, right? And here's some coordinates actually on that point. So we were starting down here at the southwest corner of 152. There's the X and Y coordinate that I could use. So I might, go ahead and add that coordinate that I have right there, that the X coordinate is 2179204, and that the Y coordinate is 726,289. Now you ask, well, why don't I just use these other deeds that other people have used? The problem is that those are their opinions, and they are not the owners of our property. We have to follow our property, and we might disagree with them. If we follow what they did, we might not see that they could be trespassing on our track. So it behooves us to read these old documents and figure that out ourselves. So we're going to start down here at that southwest corner. Now, one of the things is that you'll see later on, there was a court case that said that you don't have to actually start at the point of beginning, and that the point of beginning has no more value than any other point along this survey. Sometimes I'll read a survey backwards just to help me out, but let's start with the going forward. So we want to then go thence west 1136. So we begin there and we go thence west, so I'm going to say west and then 1136. Now if I quickly wanted to try to convert that, I can take 1136 and divide that by 0.36, and then I get it in feet, 3155. So I might go over here and say that's far us, but it is 3155.55 feet, and I'll use the feet mark, or I'll just put feet like that. Okay, so let's drop back to our document now. Now when it gets to that point, it might reference that point to other points. So here it starts, it says, it went there to a pile of stones, which is the corner of number 14 in this block, from which a stake bears south this much. From said stake, the west corner of this is south 12 3/4 of a degree east, so there, note that parentheses here, from the south corners cutter of said survey number 10. Again, they're still describing other points that reference to that. And you'll notice that in there, somebody's gone in here and made some corrections. And I see this underscore right here, west 1136. So that gives me the first line. And then really from here to there, they're just referencing other points. If I'm going out in the field and trying to reproduce this, I'm going to try to see that all these things they say, such as said rock here and all these other things exist. But if I go to this next line, I see that thence south. So I'm going to go to my next thing and I'm going to say I'm going to go south. All right, thence south from said corner of this thing, number 10, 485 varas. 485 varas. 485 varas. And again, if I wanted to quickly calculate that to feet, 485 divided by 0.36 is 1347.22. 1347. Oops, let's do this. 1347.22 feet. Okay. Now we'll go back here and we say, okay, so thence west 950 varas. So then I'll just go ahead and just not do any more calculations. So west 950 varas. All right, and then we keep going down. Thence south, we can see right here our next little, they made it easy for us to send south, 453 varas, 453 varas, and then what does it say? Thence west 300 varas, looks like 300 varas there, and thence, what do we got here? Thence north, let's see, north, 2140, not sure about that measurement right there. I might have to revise that, might be 2040, but we'll put 2140 there. And thence, let's see, the next measurement is thence east 2386, thence east 2386 varas, and then it looks like it says thence south 1202 varas. All right, now I can go around and follow the shape of that. If I go back to my drawing, my picture here, and we start at this corner following what I have here. So I start here and I go west 1136, then I go south 485, it looks like, then I go west 950, which seems right, then I go south 453, west 300, north 2140, then I go east 2386, and then back 1202. Well, there we go, and we should close. But if we don't, there could be a problem. All right, and that's okay, but at least we know this is originally what the state gave us. Now, the state claims that they gave us 640 acres. What if we find 645 acres when we go out and we find all these points? Well, we have extra acreage. That's a benefit to us. Now, if we go out there and we need to show that the measurements might come out to be 640, but when we tie to all these corners and all these other pieces, we find this additional acreage. We actually might have 645. Back then, they would actually add a little bit every time they stretched the tape because there was so much land back then. This caused some problems with overlaps of properties. Again, this is why we want to just focus on the four corners of our document. But if, we go through these and we lay it out, and by these calls we get 640, but it might seem that we have more acreage, that extra land could be the state's land. And that's a problem for us in the mineral ownership, because from there we have to approach the state and have a deed of acquittance where they quit the minerals to that and give that to us so that we can explore that. But if, in my opinion, after looking at that and looking at all these other calls and other pieces, I feel like the state intended to give us everything that they described here. The most important part of what they gave us is here, not the 640. It is the least on the dignity of call or evidence that we find. The most important thing in the evidence are all these meets, which are measurements, and bounds, things that we call for, like corners of other surveys, rock mounds, trees, so forth and so on. So I hope this helps you in reading this document. From there, you should be able to take these notes, convert them over, use your parcel drafter, draw them up, and see how well it hits. Good luck. Okay, so this section, to summarize, was looking at facility management, trying to build a GIS, try to make BIM with that, try to make it in real time where we can see the data as it goes along. If you have any questions, please give me a call at any time. Thanks.